Hey, do you have feelings of chaos around Christmas? Well, I'm here to give you a quick little step-by-step on how to prep to avoid the Christmas chaos this year. Grab a cup of coffee and listen up, and we can commiserate together, but leave with a plan to get shit done.
Hey, I'm Brianne McKenzie. I'm a mom of 4 little kids, teacher of students with special needs, and a health and productivity buff. And this is the Get Shit Done podcast, where I help busy moms learn to get shit done in their lives through everyday, tangible productivity tips and tricks that'll be sure to help you get shit done. Whether you're a busy working mom inside or outside the home, I'll share my how-tos and my step-by-step strategies you need to prioritize what's important in your life and create the energy you need to follow through. Now, grab your earbuds and join me for a mom chat while you're doing the dishes, folding the laundry, or exercising with your kids. And let's get shit done together.
Hey, welcome to this week's episode of the Get Shit Done podcast. We're coming up quick on to Christmas here, and no doubt, regardless of how you handle things, there's got to be some overwhelm and stress related to this holiday. It's just natural, right? So one of the things I always just tell myself is like, okay, these are normal feelings because everybody's feeling it. Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe not my husband, but it is kind of normal with the territory. However, in the last few years, I have to say, especially this year so far, I have learned to put things in place to prep a little earlier to kind of stem some of that chaos. Yes, it's still there. Some of that overwhelm is still there, but the overall complete loss in the chaos and overwhelm of Christmas is no longer a huge part of the holiday for me. So I'm going to share some tips today on how to kind of go about your holidays and some things you can do easily to help you to stem some of that chaos this Christmas. But first, I'm going to encourage you to just sit somewhere quiet, throw in those earbuds, shut the door, grab a little bit of wrapping paper and wrestle it around because maybe kids think you're wrapping and they won't bug you. And grab a nice hot cup of something. Maybe you stick a little Bailey's in there, who knows? And we will just come up with this plan on how to prep for Christmas Day so that you can actually be present and enjoy it with your family. So if you've been with me a while, you know I have my Get Shit Done method. And the cool thing about this method is it really does help me to feel a little more at ease, and I can use it and adapt it in so many situations. And so that's kind of the framework of this episode, but adapting it more to Christmas Day. But I want you to pause this episode if you want a Christmas Day checklist that will go through all of this for you. Just comment Christmas on Instagram or DM me and I will get that to you. This is a really great way when your brain is overwhelmed and you can't think to have a checklist. Having that is just going to be just an extra little comfort to help you to relax a little bit this Christmas Day. Okay, we all know a little bit of planning and prepping can help get us through the long haul. Even if we put 10 minutes in before Christmas Day, we're going to feel a little more at ease. So my first tip for you in this step-by-step approach to Christmas Day prep is to just do a little bit of a quick declutter or holiday tidy up prior to Christmas Day. So that might mean taking a laundry basket, running around your house, chucking all the stuff in there that contributes to that visual clutter and put it in a closet because you can deal with that after Christmas. Sometimes I know for me, the visual clutter really does just add to the chaos. And if you see all the wrapping paper, all the boxes, and then you see the cups and the clothing that was left out and the toys and everything that were out from even the day before, the overwhelm's just going to skyrocket. So a 10-minute quick run around your house, either tidying or chucking everything into a box is literally going to mentally allow you to then be more present in the moment on Christmas Day. So no shame in, hiding things under the rug. as so to speak, but that is going to just mentally allow you to like breathe and de-stress just a little bit more. My next little tip to help us get through Christmas Day is to plan your Christmas Day rhythm. So that day looks different, right? Like no matter what. Think back to past Christmas days and what are some obligations, what are some things that matter to your family, what are some things you want to do, and kind of mentally go through your day and think about what that will look like. And feel free to drop anything that does not feel of value to your family, because at the end of the day, that's who matters on Christmas. And if it's something that you feel obligated to do that you really just, it's frustrating to you and not bringing joy, then you can drop it. I'm giving you permission, but give yourself that permission, because at the end of the day, our kids really don't remember the stuff we get. They remember the feelings we have. So because I'm talking about myself here, if we're huffing and puffing and getting through crazy things that we don't really want to do, they're going to remember that feeling rather than the joy it was to grab the hot chocolate in our mugs and drive around while looking at Christmas lights or something. Do you know what I mean? So for us, I'm going to chat a little bit of what my Christmas Day looks like. We get up. My parents luckily come to us. In the past, my brother, and his fiance and family have come for when the kids come downstairs, and we enjoy each other's time opening gifts. Then we have a brunch. After brunch, the kids are off doing their thing, and we kind of just soak in the moment a bit, start to do a little bit of a tidy, and thankfully my parents are around. So we kind of tackle a tidy, and then Justin and I just like go and take a few minutes of a little bit of a rest. That's what's happened in the past, because then we gear up to take everybody to Cape Breton, which is like a 4.5-hour drive. So my goal is always to not leave the house in a mess, so that when we return, I'm not like overwhelmed walking back in. So there's a little bit of motivation, but that's all weather dependent, and that's what our day kind of looks like. But those are the things that are important to us. So we value it and we do it, and the kids love having time to play with their toys. And we pretty much don't go anywhere. That's the other thing. I don't take the kids around visiting. We'll just drive to Cape Breton once everybody's tired, and hopefully they sleep in the car. So that's what our rhythm looks like. My next tip is like understanding that our meals on Christmas Day kind of look a little bit different. So maybe it's not like breakfast, lunch, supper, snacks for all the kids, right? Maybe you're just doing like a brunch and a dinner or whatever that looks like for you, but understanding that some little prep ahead of time might be helpful. So like this week, I'm making a hash brown casserole and freezing it, because that's what I'll take out on Christmas Eve to thaw in my fridge so that I can put it in the oven on Christmas morning when we wake up. Also, we make bread, but we can just prep all of that before, and it'll make in our bread maker overnight. So when we wake up, we have nice smelling bread. So we do a little bit of that prep beforehand, just to make that simpler. And I also plan when I'm doing my grocery order, and this is for Christmas Day, but like for the rest of it as well, to have a lot of grab and go food for my kids. So it's less prep, less mess for us. So I'm getting pepperoni sticks, I'm getting cheese strings, I'm getting veggie tray, fruit tray. I have these little things. I'll just make them up. I'm getting hummus little packets. I'm putting crackers together in a little container so they can grab it. And then obviously there's all of this like cookies and candies and stuff that come with that. But if I have some of that stuff prepped, then they are eating that. Yogurt tubes, things that they can grab over that time that are more snacky, because that tends to be how they eat. So I was like, I'm just going to go with it. So I did that when I made my grocery order this week. And speaking of prepping, I made my grocery order a week ahead, and I placed it on the app to pick up at a certain time. And I planned out when things didn't feel overwhelmed, what I would want for my Christmas morning breakfast, what we want for our dinner, what we need for our party, things like that. So during a time when it's not stressful, thinking about like what you can prep ahead would be really helpful. And my last tip that I have for you today is a little family blitz tidy sparkle session. So we're going to throw on a big Christmas tune at some point in the day, and we're going to give everybody a job, and we're going to say we have 10 minutes to go around and do this job. Side note, you're going to make sure that job is something that each kid or someone knows how to do. It's not too overwhelming for them, and that they are capable of doing independently. Once you got that, you're going to get everybody, you're going to put that music on super loud. You're going to get everybody going and excited, and we're all going to do our job. And then at the end, you're going to have that thing that they're excited about. So maybe they get to build that gingerbread house, or we're going to watch a movie together, or we're going to have some hot chocolate, or we're going to read a book, whatever that is for your family. It's that thing at the end of the tidy that everybody gets to enjoy. And when the kids see everybody doing it together and they know they have that thing at the end, that's going to make that blitz tidy that much easier for you to handle and get them to do during Christmas Day. But the key is we all live in this family. We are all part of this. So everybody has to pitch in and help. And we do this often, but specifically on Christmas Day is going to be easier. So like I might give one of my kids a bag and say, your job is to run around, put all the wrapping paper in this bag. Your job is to take all of the cups and put them in the dishwasher, just things like that. Side note, this isn't part of this, but I buy paper plates that I can burn, like just actual paper plates. They're really thin. And we use water bottles, and as much that I can limit my dishes over this time is what I think about doing, because that's going to save my sanity, not seeing dishes pile up and stuff. So I hope these few tips were helpful for you and that you have a chance to listen to this prior to Christmas, and maybe some of these things you can implement. I know that I, again, always say that I do these podcasts so that I can breathe and remember all of these things for myself. So this is my mental notebook here that I do. And again, if you want this list for you to just look at so you don't have to think about it and you don't have to write this down, then go comment on Instagram, DM me, whatever, Christmas list, and I will send this to you. I hope this finds you well and that you were able to be present this Christmas Day with your family. And it's not about quote unquote getting shit done, but it's more about being together. And when things feel a little bit calmer, we can lean into being more present with our families. So hope you have a lovely day. Take care.
Well, that's it for me today. I'm likely needed for some mom duties right about now. Thanks so much for joining me for a chat, and let's do it again soon. And be sure to follow me on Instagram at Brianne_McKenzie123 for more tips and tricks on how to get shit done.